Okay, so here we are again, week 4, Lab 4 for Consumer Chemistry, Dr. Menace at Pace University, the NACTEL program. This week we're learning about the activity series and oxidation, so we're going to be using pennies and nails to find out a little bit more about that. So what I've got here right now, I've got some pennies ranging from 1963 all the way up to 1987, about 10 or 12 that are before the 80s, so I think that should be good to get that going. Got some vinegar, which has been popular in the last 3 labs here. A little bit of salt and some bright finish iron nails that we'll be able to use for that. To ensure they were iron, obviously we can take a fridge magnet here and they all stick there to that. Also, as suggested, with the nails, I've taken some steel wool, just something to clean the nails up just a little bit to get them a little shinier. I guess that'll help us see the full effect of what we're doing here with the experiment. But again, this is for the activity series, week 4, lab 4. I'll zoom in here as usual so we can get a full display of the lab here. I'll be adding the vinegar to this glass, putting the pennies in, and then the nails on top of that, and then we wait. So gonna let it sit overnight, probably close to 24 hours, maybe not a full 24 hours, but enough time should surpass to where we'll hopefully see a reaction. Alright, well, stay tuned, we'll get to that shortly. Alright, so I've got my beautiful lab assistant here with me, Colin Newsom. She's going to be helping us here complete the rest of this lab. Just kidding. You probably heard her in the background on the first segment. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take the vinegar here and add some vinegar to the glass. That's just about all of it anyway. I think we have some more. I just want to make sure that's in view. Alright, so you can see that. Next thing we're going to do, if I can do this with the multiple hands tied up here, just add a pinch of salt to my vinegar here. Dump that in, and from there we'll just mix that up a little bit, maybe add a little more salt there. So we've got some salt in there. Next thing we're going to do is add our pennies. As you can see there on the paper towel, I've got some pennies already lined up. Looks like my salt's still pulled up there in the middle. Little spoon will help that out. So I've got some pennies here. These are some pennies from the 60s. Go ahead and add those in. And then some pennies from the 70s here. And then here's 2 really good pennies. This is 77 and 78. I was born in January 78, so that those were definitely 2 good years. Alright, anyhow. We've got those pennies in, and yeah, it definitely looks like they're already starting to clean up a little bit. And then the next thing, we'll just take 2 of my shiniest nails here that I used my steel wool to clean up. These are pretty shiny. And again, you definitely know these are iron nails by using the magnet. Magnet picks them right up. Put that back on the fridge, and we'll drop our 2 nails in, and we'll wait and see what happens. But from there, I think you can see the concoction that we have for now. And at this point it's just a waiting game. So we'll leave that on the counter overnight, and we'll come back and see what that looks like. And again, my lab assistant, Miss Colin Newsom, she says thanks for your time, and we'll see you later. Oh, now she's trying to kick over the tripod. Alright, so it's been about 24 hours later. I've got my experiment here with the pennies and the iron nails, and I took a look at it this morning before I left for work, and already I had noticed a huge change in the nails. The nails appear to now be copper in color, so obviously a reaction happened with the oxidation in the pennies. The oxidation being lifted up by the vinegar and salt to attract the copper oxidation, I guess, to the iron. So it looks pretty neat. I'll zoom in here so we can get a close-up of that as I empty it out, and we'll get like I said, a close-up of everything that happened. Move the camera in here. Alright, so here you can sort of see the nails through there. They are nice and colorful like the pennies now. So I'm going to empty that out, and then I'll show you what it looks like when they're empty. Okay, so I'm going to just empty these nails and the pennies into this plate I've got here. So there's the nails. Go ahead and get the rest of these pennies out. The pennies are definitely a lot shinier than they were when I put them in. So that's an indication of something that's happened. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the camera off the tripod here. See if we can get a close-up of what those nails look like. Now, if you remember yesterday, I wish I still had those other two nails here handy with me, but you should definitely be able to see that those nails are close in color there to those pennies, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so this concludes week 4 lab, and I will be writing the lab report on this and turning that in. So thanks again for your time, and we'll see you next week.